Wheel of Fortune. Anon descended the long road out of the mountains, disappointed by what little information the hermit had given him. "Uluma has gone to a place that once was all he had said, the cryptic words repeated in Anon's brain as he tried to figure out what the hermit had meant by them. With a little else to go off of, Anon decided to seek out Zosimos, hoping that the alchemist might be able to make sense of the mysterious phrase. The road began to level out, and Anon spotted the Emperor's golden chariot in the distance. Glad to be out of the snow and wind, he raced back to it. Bose and Yakin were lounging on the side of the road. He jumped in between them, rubbing their heads and play wrestling with the giant cats. "How are my kitties, huh? Ready to go on another adventure?" Anon climbed the chariot and picked up the reins. "All right, Bose, Yakin, let's go to the forest at the base of the Forgotten Cliffs. I have a friend there who might be able to help us." The lions assumed their positions in front of the chariot and took off at full speed, back in the direction they had come. The vast plains were traversed with apocalyptic in the dusty half-light. Purple expanses of the windswept grass rolled for miles toward the glowing pink horizon. The cats moved at a tremendous pace, and the road whizzed beneath them like a swift current. Anon could just make out the towering cliffs in the distance. They were making good time when a sharp turn in the road tilted the chariot violently to one side. Anon heard a loud crack and was sent flying out of the chariot into the growth of brambles on the side of the road. Dusting himself off, he got up to see what had happened. The lions were standing next to the lopsided chariot, looking confused. It was a missing wheel. "What happened there, kitties? Are you all right?" He inspected the great felines, who seemed to escape the crash unscathed. "I'm fine, by the way," he said, rubbing their heads. "Thanks for asking." Bo scratched his ear lazily with his hind leg in response. After some searching through the shrapnel, Anon located and retrieved the lost wheel. Several spokes were busted, and the rim had taken on an irregular shape. There wasn't a town in sight. Anon realized he would have to repair the wheel himself. "Well, it looks like I have my work cut out for me," he said. He was able to brace a few of the spokes with strips of fabric that he tore from his clothing. But that still left 3 spokes which were completely split in half. They would have to be replaced. He found a few branches of appropriate length and girth and started the process of whittling them down to size. By the time he had finished the first branch, the lions were making low growls and licking their chops. "I guess it's supper time," he said. Anon produced 2 steaks that he had had in a wrapper and stored in the chariot earlier. "Here," he said, tossing them to the lions. "That should tide you over for now." After rummaging around in the chariot, he found a flint and set to work on building a fire. There was ample brush nearby to serve as tinder, and in no time he had a roaring fire going. Anon warmed himself next to the flame and ate some bread and cheese that the Emperor's men had supplied him with. As he ate, he gazed off into the distance, wondering if he would ever find the High Priestess. By the time the fire had been reduced to embers, the lonesome hero was snoring peacefully on the cats. He woke to the sound of stamping horses and clanking armor. Upon opening his eyes, he found himself greeted by a host of spear tips. The lions were backed up behind him, growling. A company of knights had surrounded them while they slept. Among the horsemen, Anon had recognized the man who had run from him in the stables. "That's him," he said, pointing his wiry finger at Anon. "That's the one who kidnapped the High Priestess."